guys, welcome back to my orchid channel, Karin's Orchids. What's going on in my growing areas? Miltonidium Barcaria Red out. Newly repotted and all into community pot. Didn't take a toll on anything, just kept on going and creating spikes. A lovely scent, not the funniest scent I felt, but it's beautiful in a way. I really like these types of orchid blooms. Easy bloomers. Makes sure that you always have something to look at. And only 2 days later, whilst I was editing this video, I checked up on this orchid again. I want to order it. And look what I found. A spike even to the Commonara painted Tropic jungle, or Monarch. So, yay! Some new extra energy nutrients did it really some good. And it's now progressing a spike. It's not going to be a short spike. Hooray! Yes. Same goes for this one. Felonopsis multi honeybee. It's a pretty spike. And multi, you know, as it produces multiple flowers. Yeah, here's a little attempt to get the Chrystoxum, Dendrobium Chrystoxum into bloom. It's a lifelong project, isn't it? No. But down here, it's Ring Cattleya Chief Sweet Orange. Look! Now she's forming buds in there. So there will be flowers on this gorgeous, fat, beautiful cane she produced lately. Yeah? I guess there's no doubt about it anymore. There will be very soon 4. Oh, it's difficult to film here. But 4 beautiful. And it looks like, yeah, they're going to be large sized as well. Larger size than I thought it would be. I won't touch them too much, but it's not the best light to film in, but I just wanted to give you guys an update. A first time blooming this great. Yeah, I wonder what next year's blooming is gonna look like. Yeah. Yeah, one of my favorite Phallinopsis. Reblooming from the same spike. It's been branching out. I really love this pattern. To me, yeah, this is so magnificent. And you know what? I think I found a trade name for it. Felonopsis Ping Pong. I found it at the Wickman Orchidine web shop under the category Phallinopsis, of course. I guess that's where you need to go if you're ever wondering what a certain specific trade name might be for your Phallinopsis, store-bought one. They got trade names for virtually all of the commonly known hybrids out there. I went through all of them and I was so surprised. I think I got a trade name for all of my store-bought phals by now. Yeah, it's been a week or 2. I must admit, but look at this display. If you're still not getting what I mean, I want to say that this one is marvelous. I love this orchid, really. And what I also love is the Cattleya Verarada variation Estriada. This time around with 3 flowers, 15 centimeters wide. This one is the largest one of the 3. Estriada means striations to the petals. I think, at least I think, yeah. Should be the reason why. And look at the beautiful gap. Striations there as well. More in numbers, though. Beautiful purple tone to the lip. But I don't like the fact this one is upside down. Yes, I wonder what happened. But, yeah, looks funny in a way. Doesn't matter. But she's gorgeously scented, of course. It's a good plant with well-developed pseudobulbs. In a clay pot with moss and bark, an upper layer of a little bit of char. From looken. And I mentioned that she was scented, yeah, probably. So let's see if she's going to be out for 19 days, as they always are, the purpuradas, at least in my conditions. Exactly 19 days. That's funny. But this time around, her spike, it looks like it's longer, but maybe it's not. I think I'm imagining things here. But it looks like pretty much longer spikes than last time, but I may be wrong, yeah. But it's a decent sized plant. So if you want to go for Cathlia orchids, I strongly recommend that you at least give the look nursery one shot, yeah? And see what they're made of. Very good, yeah, quality Cathlia orchids, good sized ones. Good for your wallet. Let's see if we got something else in here once we're at it. Yeah, here's a Cattleya which opened up yesterday. I thought the markings there was something wrong with the orchid, you know. Now this one, I didn't even tell you. It's the Volcara, strange genus. Taiwan Ming's best lady. First blooming. I haven't had this orchid for very long, so I'm happy that she even bloomed this early for me. Yeah, now I suddenly realized what it was I was reacting to. Something odd. And this one first opened. I don't recognize the flower really. So I checked the website pic. Look what I found. This is why I didn't recognize it. This one is alright as well, but not exactly as described, is it? And another thing I must say to this little orchid's defense is that its scent is divine. So divine and so strong, really pronounced. One little flower is stronger than these 3. And here we can see Brasalia Hermosa Mickey Mouse. Can't miss her, can we? Look, even this time around, one flower. I wanted to produce more multitude of flowers, but she looks healthy, well hydrated, and I am so happy for what she will give us. This one's flowers is truly amazing. Got that card in web shop. It's still there. if you'd like to try it out yourself. She's blooming again on Cidium Tik Margarite Changsu Lori. Look. This time around, I can only see one spike, but never mind. She is fragrant. A beautiful vanilla ice cream fragrance to her. Relatively long lasting. Usually puts out a couple of more spikes. Why she's added, but doesn't matter. I'm happy for everything she can give us. Quite large flowers for being such a small plant. So, got it from Svarta a couple of years ago. Growing well in a bark. Yes. Let us move down there to something else. It's a white Vanda. A little bit, what a strange flower. A little bit deformed here to its lip, I'd say. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and one dropped. Does it have some kind of black, shall we say, look like black powder on it? So I got hysterical and brought my leaf shine spray. I sprayed the flowers. Just what to do now? Yeah, it was a quick solution and it worked. So no more black powder. Whatever it was, it's gone. So it's been out for a few days only. So they get wider and paler with time. Comes out a bit greenish. Yeah, she's getting large, this Vanda. But there's one sign that tells you when a Vanda type or Vanda orchid is preparing for its flowering. This one you can see. New beautiful green root tips. A multitude of them. Down there, all of a sudden starting. And when the plant itself is getting more stiff, more substantial to the touch, that's when you know that something's going on. Yeah? Yeah, it's getting crowded here. Let's just put this one down. And this one down as well. And I'm going to show you guys something which I didn't believe in, really. But I spotted a couple of sheaths to my Cattleya. See if I can find the tag. Cattleya Ludemaniana variation rubra. I think this variety creates, the best looking flowers of them all. There are many, many varieties to the Ludemaniana Cattleyas. It's starting to fill up the sheath. I took a risk. I really did take a risk when I repotted it. I did a total cleanup on it into a larger semi-hydro pot. Not so long ago. Perhaps 1 month ago. Yeah, and the sheaths were already there. But I just couldn't care less. She just needed better space. Otherwise, it would be pointless. All of our new roots would be created on the outside of the pot and would eventually die off and dry off. Yeah. So this one is blind still, but this is better than nothing. And it's on a taller, better cane. So it's the first time blooming. I had her for more than 2 years, yeah. So she's been growing immensely well. Really wide. And it's not a tall Cattleya, the Ludemaniana, so but nobody told me that she was going to be this wide. But yeah, I should have known. If it doesn't grow tall, where will it go? Stupid of me. And there's another spike. Just something which finally is starting to recover. It's one of my favorite Cattleyas. LC, Layla Cattleya, Magic Treat, New Trick. Yeah. She never creates a sheath without anything in it. But I think we need to wait a little bit longer. Come July, perhaps, August. But she will certainly fill up this sheath with something. That's her behavior. That's a pattern. So that's nice. Yeah. So now I think we're going to take a look at the Angrekum Leonis. It's still in bloom. I got it some time ago from Orchids and More in spike. I've never seen this Angrekum orchid in spike before, so it was a pleasant surprise for me. 3 buds forming. I think that one, which just dropped, was out for 1.5 weeks, could it be? Replaced by this one, this beautiful spur. And on this little bud, you can see that the spur is the first thing which is developing. This one must be the type, the variety of the Leonis from the island of Madagascar. If I remember things correctly, the Madagascan ones are a bit more fleshy and compact growing, whilst the Comoran Islands ones are a little bit larger with a bit flimsier leaves. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't really remember. We talked about it in a care collab a couple of years ago. But what is this? Is it another new plant, or is it actually yet another spike coming? Could be. And down there, to the base of the spike, the other one, might be something branching. I'm not sure. I haven't had this orchid before. Yeah, at least not in bloom, so there's not much I can say about it, really. Other than that, it needs a little bit more water now, during the summer period, and a little bit less water throughout the winter season. And its fragrance reminds me a little bit of jasmine, I'd say. But it's mild, yeah? Its fragrance is mild for being an Angrekoid orchid. I find that very strange, but it's enough. I mean, I've got a lot of stuff, a lot of fragrant stuff surrounding this orchid. That much I can tell you guys. So it's sometimes a little bit too much for my nose to pick up early in the morning here. So I'm very satisfied with this purchase. I always liked the Angrekoid orchids a great deal, so this was a pleasant surprise, especially this one, since I like the shape and form of its flowers, the whole appearance of the orchid, as a matter of fact, yeah. And I just did a short video on that one, on the kitchen table. So, whilst watering my Tulumia orchids, yeah, they're trying to adapt to the new conditions in a little bit brighter, more humid, with some more airflow. Cabinet. Yeah, that was a long sentence, really. I'm not really sure if they like it or not. But, no, it's not scale. Yeah, I thought it was scale, but no, it's not. But some of them like it a lot. Some don't really. We'll see. I don't see many spikes other than from that orchid. The Sahara. Tulumia Sahara. That was always seems to be the one in spike. So I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong here. The thing with Tulumia orchids is that they're very long lasting. They're out for a long time. They can even branch. As the Cidium type orchids, they really are. They belong to that genus before. The Cidium. So, well, unfortunately, I think I need to do something about it again. The setup. I think it's going to be clay pots again, but this time around, a lot more spag moss. And I will water them more frequently than I've been doing lately. Yeah. And while we're still in the kitchen area, you must see flowers on my Dendrobium nobili sunny eyes. Acquired about 1 year ago at the local garden centre. Yes. This is the first time I ever accomplished this amount of flowers on a Dendrobium nobili type before. I haven't had so many, no, I wouldn't say. But I had, I think, one purple, which just crumbled away, crumbled up and died. And a white one, which got aphids, I think, stuff. But it did rebloom with a couple of flowers, but I was keeping them far too dry. But I can't say that I kept this one far too dry. No, I tried something new. Eight centimeters wide flowers. On plump, beautiful long canes. Starting already on its next set of growth. There's one here. And I spotted this little growth there only today. It's got an incredible expansive root system. Look. Sitting in moss, bark, probably perlite, and my general setup, yeah, charcoal stuff. While she was in bloom 1 year ago, I kept her in that cabinet. Not long after, about 1 or 2 months after, in July, I think, she started on her, next year's growth, yeah, which are naturally these guys. It's blooming from today, yes. That one didn't manage to bloom, unfortunately, but it didn't grow as tall as the other ones. But I was watering this guy very frequently as he was sitting in the cabinet there. Filtered dappled light, really. I didn't get much light, as I read somewhere that I didn't need that. So I just tried stuff out to see what worked. And come autumn, I moved this orchid to the bright window there, right up against the window, as a matter of fact, where the temperature would naturally be lower, or become lower, yeah, but still bright. And I didn't really dip water her. No, I didn't let her sit there and soak. But I poured water on top here. Quite a lot of water. So she was almost totally soaked anyways. And that happened every other week. Every third week, maybe. Every other. I don't remember. But as soon as I saw that our pseudoballs were shivering up a little bit too much, and then I remembered that I forgot to water her for a while, I poured water through the pot, really. Yeah, that's what I did. And in March, she rewarded me and us with an abundance of buds coming out. And this is the results. So happy. And yeah, while we're still in the kitchen area, might as well show you this guy. This Dutch hybrid. Yeah, it's a very successful one. It took this flower a couple of days to really open up to its best, its very best. So we could see the beautiful white frame to the sail, the dorsal sail. It's not so large, but well, about 10, 11. This plant is from the local garden center, growing a new fan already. Hasn't bloomed from there yet, so maybe next year will offer us blooms from 2 fans. Maybe. But when I got her, she created yet another one from there. So she blooms sequentially. But I reckon this flower is a bit larger, so the sequential ones can offer you 1 large flower or 2 small ones in succession. Either or is great. And up here, I know, I probably already showed this one to you a couple of times, but I don't care. It's the Barcaria Baroniana. It's a species which I thought I couldn't grow less bloom. But she just keeps on going on a very long regime, and even down there to a short spike, sitting in a glass vase, getting into growing stage. You can see green root tip starting, mounted onto a cork slab. This is, Spanish moss, Tulumia Sahara. I never thought I could grow this orchid. I had one Barcaria before, and I really failed big time with that one, so. Not with this one. Yeah. I just love the Barcarias now. The details. I mean, they are stunning, these flowers. While we're still in this kitchen area, take a look at this as well. This mounted one. Oh, 2 spikes on the Oranges Mr. Cidium. Gorgeous blooms on this one. It really is. It arrived with these old dried spikes. But they weren't dried yet. That happened afterwards, of course. Thank you for that. From Carin, I think. Or no, yeah, could be. Last spring. So she's punctual, really. Wants to rebloom at a regular basis in May each year, obviously. So that's nice. It doesn't take up much space either, so it's a very good plant to have if you lack space for accommodation. There's something else in here, and that would be this guy. Angrekum Richuca. Its spike is really developing. It's very, very pale, the spike. So at first, for a weak moment, I got disappointed and thought, well, it wasn't a spike. No, it's a new root. I've been lying to you guys, I thought. But it wasn't. It's actually a spike. Yeah, you can see. And now, you guys, it's been approximately 3 more weeks. Or 2. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But now, well, I don't think it's going to be 70 centimeters long, this spike. As it can produce in nature. Yeah. Or was it 90 even? But for being a first-time bloomer on a plant almost doomed to the trash can, which was totally lacking chlorophyll, shall we say. No, it had been put through more light levels that it could handle. So it was so discolored, almost yellow, yeah, light yellow. But here in the shade, dappled light, she likes it more, so you can see. But anyways, really nice. And this one is looking better and better. Salogynyus Prata. This guy, Sveta, claimed to have 3 years to flowering size. I got it for only €7. Next year, it flowered for me. And now, even on 2 canes. And as you can see, sequentially. Yeah, there's another one coming. Unfortunately, it rarely happens that it puts out 2 flowers, which stays in place at the same time, so to speak. In 99% of the cases, it drops this one. Intact, looking great as heck. Still, he wants to drop it in exchange for the new bud to open, the new flower. So it's been blooming for quite a while now, which is the lovely detail about this orchid. So if you got the opportunity to get her, I would encourage you to do so. It's a very gorgeous one. Blooms from the center. Yeah. Now over to something different. Stay tuned. You guys, no proper video without the hieroglyphic Phallinopsis. the one from the Philippines and the surrounding islands of Polillo and Palawan. Back today in an apartment in Gothenburg, Sweden. It's a large Phallinopsis, I'd say, with very long, erect spikes, sturdy spikes. You can see all the places this one has been blooming before, and it's still extending the spike to enormous proportions. I want to give you a good advice. Yes, never cut an old flower spike on this Felonopsis species. They can bloom for several years, so do not cut them until they're totally dry. Yes, they are branching. Even new spikes are branching, and the old ones are branching out like this and extending. A lovely little detail of this orchid is the fringes to the lip. And the one I got, specifically this one from Orchid Garden, it is crossed with a sibling, probably to achieve larger flowers, and I must say that it succeeded. I had one hieroglyphica before, and that one carried, I think the flowers were half the size of this. And it's fragrant, of course. Not of course, but it is fragrant. Blooms in spring, sits in a mug, needs water, I can tell. Sits in moss and perlite. Yes. It took a while, 1.5 years for me to get this orchid to rebloom its old spikes and create new spikes. Not before I added some extra strong additional lights to this orchid. She started to bloom again. Oh, but I'll show you something. Look, the first Hoya bloom. Non-orchid, I know, but it's the first time for this one to bloom. Tiny flowers. But after yet 1 more week's time, its flowers switch shape and form. Look at its protruding little yellow star center. Look. Yeah, they're becoming more protruding. It's like a little plug somebody pulled the yellow stars out from the actual flower. I'm not sure how to describe it, but they are interesting. Indeed, they are. Huh. But anyways, it's nice. And as you can see, I got out of stuffed and orchids, epiphyllum, and a zigzag. Cactus and stuff as well. I got a couple of cactuses, yeah? You know, we cannot grow only one genus, one type of plants. No. You need to expand. And speaking of expanding, look what she did. The Psychopsis Mariposa 3-lipped orchid, which I snapped the tip of the spike, which meant no flowers to the tip. So unfortunate. But I got a tip from you guys that you've seen stuff like this happening before, and that the spike itself had a capacity to branch. And yay! I saw this today. It's branching out there, so there probably will be a couple of blooms after all. Happy news this morning. And last but not least, if you guys viewed my latest video, I dedicated the land part of it to my epiphyllums and cactuses. These are cactuses. This is an epiphyllum. It's called Hookerii, or Guatemaliansi montrose, and in common tongue. It's called Curly Sue or Curly Locks. It's a new acquisition for me from last week, so I didn't film this one, my latest video, since I didn't have it. Yeah, natural causes. Anyways, it's in bud. Not one bud, but many. I think that you guys who grow orchids are oftentimes very interested in epiphyllums as well. So I figured, why not show this one's bloom? The Guatemaliansi montrose bloom. From when it first started to open up until it was totally over. Follow me in the time lapse for a little bit. And this is one typical example of a epiphyllum. 1 hour ago, this bud was totally closed. Next time I looked at it, it starts to open. And now it's 23 minutes past 7 p.m. Let us take a little look at it. Yeah, in about 1 hour, 2 hours time or so, before I go to bed. And the next, following morning, would be interesting to see what it looks like. It's still out. Or if I'm gonna miss this flower. Curly Sue. Let's see and find out. It's my first bud on an epiphyllum ever, I think. Yeah? And now, you guys, 7:42. It's not even 20 minutes later. PM. You can see it's still light outside. It's approaching summer. May. Look how extremely fast this flower progresses. It's amazing. It's a miracle. Especially when you got several buds in numbers yet to be open. So if I miss this flower, I'm not missing it, but I want to see the full potential of its center. Lovely. The plant itself is lovely. Just gave her, the day before yesterday, a bit of water and fertilizer. And she responded very well to it. She obviously loves the water quality and what I was fertilizing her with. It was actually a fertilizer designed for seedlings and stuff. But I read up on it, and some people also use it for cacti. It's got very low nitrogen levels. So I guess it's 12 minutes past 9 p.m. Do we feel a scent? It's not a very pleasant scent. Reminds me of soil. Yeah, soil. Houseplant soil. Nothing more, not at all. Good thing it's not highly fragrant. A little bit of green. But I don't see any pink stuff to middle there. It's a lovely one. Yeah, 7-8 centimeters, just as promised, according to care guides. And 4:41 a.m. The sun's not even up yet. And it's totally over. Yeah, that's how these guys work. Well, guys, soon I'm gonna prepare my balcony. Yeah, it's gonna look real pretty, not crappy like this. Now it's spring in the air and all. So, until see you next time, take care. I wish to talk soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye.